Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video we're going to be continuing our Walmart Clean series, and we're going to be looking at New Finish car wash with orange oil. This car wash I have never used before. Reading the back of the label and the propaganda that they have pretty much reads just like all the other car soaps that we've done before. It won't, it's pH neutral, it won't strip your wax or finish, it makes super high suds, cleans better than anything, blah blah blah. So we're going to be testing this in our MTM submachine gun style foamer to test the foaming ability. We'll be using 2 ounces of car wash per 10 ounces of warm water. Then we'll switch to our bucket test, where we'll be using 3 ounces of the New Finish in our bucket and see how it performs in a hand wash. I don't have any expectations for this, good or bad. I'm going to find out exactly the same time you will. And enough talking. Let's go see what this New Finish car wash can do. Alright, so I've got 10 ounces of warm water and 2 ounces of our New Finish, and let's see how this foams. Alright, so the foam, as you can see when I was applying it, went on very thick. But it's starting to run off very quickly. It looks like it's got a good variety of small and medium density foam cells. It's just surprising that as thick as it went on, that it's running so quick. Even on the horizontal surfaces, it's starting to dissipate. So we're going to let this sit here for about 6 minutes. We'll come back and see what it looks like. Alright, so we're back at the 6-minute mark, and wow, is this stuff dissipating quickly. I would say better than 70% on the side. It's still running. Usually when a soap gets to the 6-minute mark, whatever has dissipated is gone and there's a little bit of clingage, but this stuff is still trying to escape the car. Even on the horizontal surfaces, not as bad a dissipation, but you can see there's still spots where it is definitely leaving the paint and trying to commit suicide. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this, and we'll see if it removes our paint sealant or any of our protection. Alright, so we went ahead and rinsed the foam off, and as you can see, and as the label promised, it does not look or feel as it has removed any of our wax or sealant protection. As we've come to expect, it does not remove the non-bonded contaminants. It did a good job on the well, scratch that, really. It does remove the non-bonded contaminants. Did not remove the bonded contaminants. But you guys already know that if you've been watching the videos. So as a foam, I'm going to probably say that if you want a nice thick foam that maybe doesn't run, you're going to have to use more than 2 ounces in the foam gun. I would say probably 3 ounces, maybe 4. And again, as I've told you guys earlier, or in other videos, that when you do that, your cost per wash goes up so much that it doesn't make sense to use this cheap stuff. It would be better for you to get some high quality car soap like Chemical Guys or Adams, or maybe some of the others out there that have a better dilution ratio, more like 1 ounce per 5 gallons. But anyway, it did an adequate job. It did what it was supposed to in the foam gun. So next we're going to get our bucket, get everything set up, and we will test this in a hand wash. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use our standard measuring shot glass here. We're going to put 3 ounces of the new finish in this bucket of water if I don't spill it everywhere. One thing to note is the viscosity of this is extremely thin. It does have a very, very strong orange scent, if you care about that sort of thing. Just with some slight hand agitation, it does produce some weak bubbles. The water is already very slick. I mean very slick. So I'm going to go ahead and agitate this with the pressure washer, and we'll see what kind of foam this will make in the bucket, and also what kind of slickness we get in the water. Okay, so far what I observe and what I can see is that it makes this is a very dense foam. Sort of not unexpected because of the way that it went on the car initially. But one thing that I do notice is that even the foam, okay, which has a minimal amount of water in it, is very slick. The water is very slick, which is a really good thing when you're doing a hand wash. I would almost say that this is equal to Chemical Guys Wonder Wash, which produces the slickest water that I've ever felt. Now I can hear, and the camera's probably not picking this up, that the bubbles are already dissipating. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 5 of my wash mitts. The reason I use this, and I have to explain this on every video, I don't use the 2 bucket method because it doesn't matter how well you rinse off your dirty mitt in your bucket of clean water with a grit guard. You cannot get all the sediment and dirt out, and that's what's going to scratch your paint. I use 5 wash mitts to do a car, specifically this Honda, and the reason is that once I do a section of the car, flip it over to another section, I wring it out and discard that to go into the washing machine, and I get a fresh mitt, and the water here, okay, our soapy water, never ever gets anything in it. You will never take dirty water and put it back on the car like you would do in a 2 bucket method, because you just cannot get the wash medium, whatever you're using, perfectly clean by just rinsing it in a bucket of water and scraping it on the grit guard. It just doesn't happen. So if you want to minimize the scratches and swirls on your paint, do it this way. Use multiple wash mitts, wash microfibers, whatever you use. Do that and you will minimize greatly the amount of scratches and swirls you get on your car. So let me go grab my wash mitts and we'll wash this and see how this performs. Alright guys, so we are done. I've got the car dried and I'm going to rate this new finish car wash. I'm going to say it's a middle of the road wash. Its strong points are that it has a very, very slick feeling wash water. The foaming ability, really, if you look at it overall, is not that impressive. Initially it makes really good thick foam, but it dissipates very quickly. And I don't know if maybe some of that could be because it's so slick that it's a little more difficult to stick to the paint. But the slickness, as I said before, is very similar to the Wonder Wash from Chemical Guys, which is the slickest feeling wash I've ever encountered. So it's still overall not as good as the Gold Class from Meguiar's. That so far is the top of the Walmart series cleaners, but I'm going to say this is, the new finish is a good solid middle of the road wash. It probably wouldn't be my first choice for foaming, but if I didn't have the Gold Class around or anything else, I definitely would use it in a hand wash. So I hope this video has helped you guys make an assessment of whether you would like to use the new finish or not. I've got more soaps to test out in our Walmart Clean series. I'm trying to get these out every week on Saturday. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.